With your Agent CRM account, you have a personal profile. This is the place where you update your availability, your calendar links, and more. Every single user will have one of these, and even if there are multiple users inside of each account, as seen under My Staff, especially if you're an administrative person, notice the ability to add users. When you are logged in, you will see My Profile under Settings. Uploading an image of yourself, changing your name if necessary, and adjusting your login email. This is not just the email that you'll reach people with, this is the login to your system. So if you do make changes here, please know that that will be a change that you'll need to make as you access this platform. You can choose what is the default calendar with your profile. However, there are other places as well that we designate what is the calendar that gets sent. We can also find here the signature that will go out with every single email that we send. Even when it's off, enable signatures on outgoing emails, our branding bundle templates already include this signature. So make it look pretty, format it, bold it, whatever you want to do in this section. This will be applied to all branding bundle emails. You may still choose to enable it on signature in other email sending places that might be beneficial, but it's likely fine to leave that off. Change your password, it's obvious. Email two-way sync, that's if you want to still use another email platform and have it live updated back and forth between that platform. Now, as you integrate, which we're about to do with the calendars, you will need to sign in and give access to Agent CRM and give some permission. So let's do that together to plug in a calendar. If you're trying to book appointments, if you want to send your availability to people, it needs to cross-check an active calendar. So we can go under the profile and add new connection. You'll notice here the ability to do multiple ones. We'll use Google for the sake of this example, but other options are available as well. You can also see integrations for video conferencing platforms like Zoom, Google Meet, and more. So let's do one here as an example, following along with the prompts. We're going to choose our logged in Gmail account. It may ask for some permissions. We simply follow along with the prompts. And there it is. Pretty straightforward. You can see here now that the linked calendar is my Gmail account. And there's a few more minor settings that we want to make sure we change as well. For example, if we want to check for conflicts against specific calendars, we can see here that there are extra settings, and there may be specific checkboxes that you want to add or remove. For example, if you have a personal calendar and a work calendar, you may want to cross-check your personal calendar for conflicts. Maybe it's a dental appointment or something with your spouse, or other reasons that you want to make sure you don't double book yourself. By clicking edit, we can double check all these things. And we also want to make sure we designate where are we writing events to. If we have a new final expense appointment or a client connection time or a training for our agents, we want to make sure we're writing these calendar events to the right place. So read the prompts, follow along to ensure that you are writing to the right location and also cross-referencing or checking for conflicts in the right location. You can adjust what time zones you're viewing in. If you are working in Pacific, but part of your team or someone else is in another location, it will default to the business time zone that you do when you set up your business profile. Schedules is one of the more important areas here, and we can see the ability to adjust start times and stop times each day, so that when you send your Google Calendar or when you send your Agent CRM calendar that cross-checks your Google Calendar, you'll be able to control what is the window of time. And you can even have split shifts or split hours, starting at 8, ending at 12, and then again at 3:15 till 5, if I don't want to take appointments in that late or early afternoon window. So we can add slots by simply clicking the plus or changing the time. You can select or deselect days that you don't want to be available for appointments. And again, you notice here the ability to add multiple windows of time that you're available. If you like those settings, for all days, you can copy to some or all other days to align your schedule. Notice now that all days have been updated to have specific windows, and I'm going to deselect the weekends because I do not work on weekends. You can also add specific days of unavailability if you want to block things off of your calendar. Maybe for me, my birthday is coming up and I want to make sure that I am not available. So I select a day and then I delete this specific time. I'm just not available at all that day. I don't want to work on my birthday. Submit. Now, this year, I am unavailable on my birthday and I don't have to remember it. Periodically, you may choose to come back and add a few extra dates in the future so that you can just set it and then forget it. And of course, revisit it, but that's where you adjust those settings. You can also have extra schedules if you want, if you have multiple events or different things. This is the starter place. I would recommend starting here and reaching out to our team if you want to get a little bit more complicated. But we want to make sure as well that we add one last feature by just applying our availability to all the calendars in the account. Make sure to hit update availability at the bottom, and your profile has now been updated.